Hi everybody, welcome to another SciCraft episode. Today I want to continue where I stopped in the last one with the random floor builder. So I built up the complete sapling randomizer system and hooked it up to the floor builder now. So just a reminder, we want to make a random floor in the new Guardian form perimeter again, but there's one additional component this time. We want to have a gradual conversion from darker colors to lighter colors. So in the beginning we mostly will place those, and in the end we will just place those. And everything in between should be approximately a linear increase, but it's not really linear. So the way we want to achieve this is using those sapling randomizers here. So there's a certain chance that a random tick would select a sapling which an observer could detect. Over there is a separate version where the observers are hooked up. So you can see here, get all the random signals incoming. So they all hook together into one giant OR gate, and whenever a random tick selects one of those saplings, we would get an output at this line here. And this will basically determine if we choose A and B. So this is the D multiplexer that we also had to adjust because I had a slight flaw. When the random line here was turned on in the wrong moment, it could happen that no signal went through. So let me actually turn this on. So you can see what this does. So basically we create a tick every 4 game ticks, and depending if the sapling line is on or off, we either select colors A or B. So in this case it would be the darker and the lighter colors. So the issue was that if you power this in the wrong moment, that no signal would go through, which was the issue. That's why I added this system here. So it's hooked up to the on switch, so it's a synchronized clock, and this basically is just a block update detector in order to extend this block here. So there's a concrete block in the front. It's only there for basically a zero tick, so it gets retracted immediately. And this makes sure that we only send signals to the demultiplexer system in a fixed interval, so it can't break. So this was necessary in order to never have the case that no signal went through. Okay, let's head back to the big version and turn this off again. So this would be the output here, the big version. So we select colors A or B, and then since the following randomization system wouldn't be fast enough to handle a signal for game ticks, we have to split the signals up. So we use the the T flip-flop system here, so that every line would only get selected every 4th time. That's basically a binary counter. Okay, then we have the randomization system. We select one of the 8 different colors. So here we have the darker colors, and over there are the lighter colors. And then there's everything sent towards the player, which would, with this instant dropper line, should stand here and place the blocks for the random floor builder. I can actually turn this on. So at the moment, we only select the darker colors because none of the sapling randomizers is activated. Yeah, every time we increase place a row of blocks, we also increase the amount of sapling randomizers. So I could add just an observer just to activate it once. So we use a repeater lock system. Whoops, that will also work. Okay, so every time we give a signal or place a row, then one more observer would be added, one more sapling randomizer. Okay, like this. And this increases basically the chance to select the other color. Okay, you could also, just for the showcase, activate all of them. So we get approximately a 50-50% distribution of the items. Okay, now we also have about 50-50% distribution of the items. And I could just activate the part in the back. So when I give an update to this piston here, 415 blocks will be sent towards the player, because this is a 415 block wide floor builder. Okay, let's actually do this. So now we get signals going through, and the randomization system would be activated. Okay, so here is just the digitalizer of the analog signal, so we only get one output each, and then the items are transported with this instant dropper line towards the player. As you can see here, on my inventory, as you can see, the get random blocks. Okay, now we get a few darker blocks, and now we get some lighter ones. All the switches randomly in between. Okay, so player would stand here, place them, and they would be distributed over the whole length of the floor builder. Alright, yeah, it's time to build this up in survival, so let's get back to survival finally. Alright, back in our lovely survival world at the new garden farm perimeter, where I need to make some space for the floor builder, because the last row of blocks should be placed here. And you saw the machine in creative, it's quite a monster, it's about 25 blocks wide. So we need to make some space for it, and we started yesterday. I removed the top 2 layers of this 12 high, 20 blocks wide and 500 blocks long volume of blocks. And I want to do the rest now. Not sure if I will do it all, but I want to make a little digging time lapse. Big progress update. So we made enough space for the floor builder, we salvaged the wall builders, and we've been building a floor builder for 2 days now. So Rego methods and me, and it's so much work, you can't believe it. Just a few numbers, for example, we need to place 9,000 observers and about 5,000 pistons. Yeah, a lot of work. It's about 90% done. This side here is almost done, just have to place some of those triple piston extenders still on the back. And here the randomization system isn't completed yet. especially the sapling randomizer. We need to build it up about 90 blocks high. But then I would say it's about 90% done. Okay, so since this is so much work, I guess the next perimeter will just flood it again, like our witch farm or garden farm perimeter. This is also an option. Just make it level with the bedrock and then flood it easily just by placing water on all sides. That's probably what we're gonna do the next time because there's so much work here. All in all, I think it still saves some effort compared to placing all the blocks manually. But the flooding option would be definitely better. It doesn't look as cool, so I'm really excited how the result will be. I have no idea, so it's definitely worth it in some way. And another progress update. So I built up the randomization system. Also the block storage is built up. Sapling tower is also been built up, and this took quite a while. Those are 22.5 layers of those sapling randomizers. In total we have 315 randomizers. Yeah, it took quite a while, but it's done. The floor builder is actually mostly done, just some minor tasks I need to do. For example, in the back of the flying machines here, I placed some droppers so the flying machine wouldn't activate or launch, so I need to remove them again. Then obviously I need to fill in all the items, so we need about 25,000 blocks each for the 16 different colors. So I will probably bring over a lot of shulker boxes and fill it in manually in those double chests. I think it's the best way to do it. Could have built a shulker box, unloader and so on, but I guess a few chests also work. And then we have a big issue. So I just realized this after finishing the whole build more or less, that we have a problem with the glass floor. The original plan was that we place the random floor, push it down a block with another flying machine that I haven't built up yet, and then use the same floor builder again to place a second layer of glass blocks above. But we have an issue, because glass blocks can't be powered, and we designed this machine I don't know how many months ago, and we kind of forgot how it works. Because here we actually have a double piston extender that uses the blocks that are part of the floor. So here this is the main piston that pushes all the blocks over, and then if you hit this double piston extender, grabs them, and those pistons will push it further towards the flying machine. Okay, so as you can see here on the side, we use this observer to power the blocks that are part of the floor, to power this piston here when it's in that position. Glass can't be powered, so we have a big problem, because it's not that easy to make a workaround for this. If you look at it, here we have the super speed button in the back, so there's no room to power the piston somewhere else, and trying to power them from this side also wouldn't work because there's the floor in the way. So powering the blocks is pretty much one of the only options we have, and we don't entirely know yet how to fix this issue. So the plan is now to just build the random floor, push it down a block, and hope that we figure something out how we could rebuild this maybe in order to also make it compatible with the glass floor. I'm quite sure we'll find a solution. Okay, anyway, so just need to do some minor tasks like removing those beacons and getting all the items now, and then we can actually try this thing out. Oh, what a relief. So I wasn't sure if I have enough snow left. So I went to the old snow farm, and luckily there's still some left here in those chests. So this is good. But it's actually not that much. We need a lot for that cold biome perimeter once. So I was shoveling snow for days here. And this is our old snow farm. At some point I want to make a new one that doesn't require me to refill those iron shovels at some point. So we built this back in 1.8, but now you could actually use some kind of a pigment farm to repair your shovel with mending. That's probably something I want to build in the future, a new snow farm. Also, that wall of chests is kind of silly, but before we had shulker boxes, this was only good for 1.5 hours of shoveling 200 chests out of those snowballs. Kind of stupid. Okay, so let me pack up the snow, and then let's get the other materials and head over to the floor builder again. I almost forgot something really important. We also have to place some non-movable blocks on the other side, so the flying machine knows when to return. Guys, we have a problem. I'm actually out of materials. I didn't expect this. I thought we have some terracotta left. So in total, I will need 30 shulker boxes of colored terracotta, so 15 black and 15 green. And I raided the main storage. We had 2 shulker boxes of the colored one and 20 shulker boxes of the normal terracotta, or hard clay as it was called previously. And I would need 6 more shulker boxes of normal terracotta for the floor. Okay, so maybe there's some left. So we have a manual digging site, which we started like 3 years ago. And you might also remember that last year at this time, we set up a quarry to dig out some clay. Maybe we didn't bring everything over. So I don't know, let's head over there. Maybe there's some left. I think it's the first time in a year that I visit this place. This was our first ever survival quarry. Did mine out 100 by 100 and we actually got a lot of clay from that side. So we had a storage at the bottom. I'm not sure if we moved it all or is there some left? No. Okay, so we moved every piece of terracotta from here. So maybe I'll try my luck at the manual digging side. I haven't been at this place for over 2 years. It's kind of interesting. So this is our old manual terracotta digging site. Before we had the quarry. And I remember that I set up some chests here, so I was hoping that maybe I left some here because I was too lazy to bring it over, but yeah, no luck for stacks. That doesn't help much. Some colored clay. Obviously, a lot of the yellow clay, which we'll never use for building. Okay, I guess it's time to dig again. Yeah. A little bit spoiled by all the quarries by now. And we actually have plans to build a new quarry at a new mesa, which would solve the terracotta issue once and for all. So you might have seen my video with the new quarry. We want to build a 720 wide one at a new mesa biome, and it would run for 3,500 blocks. So we would get several million terracotta blocks from that, but obviously it's not built yet. So also it doesn't make sense to start building the quarry now. So I have to just gather 10,000 terracotta. That shouldn't take that long, maybe half an hour. So we finally got all the items here in the storage. Here the lighter colors, on the other side the darker colors, and we're actually ready to go. But I will leave you with a cliffhanger, so will the floor builder work? We'll find out in the next episode. Also methods to get a roof above in order to reduce the light updates should make it a bit less laggy. Okay, so I want to quickly talk about the upcoming changes to the water physics in 1.14, so the version after the next, because I promised to do so in one of the previous episodes, but then totally forgot about it. So from what we've seen in the Minecon video, water will be no longer held back by non-full blocks. So it would be able to flow through fences or under slabs and even spread towards new blocks from the slab block. So this has the advantage that if you build underwater, it wouldn't look odd that there's like water gaps in the non-full blocks. So this was probably done in order to please the builders that were asking for that feature, since they apparently weren't able to build underwater with 95% of the blocks that didn't make air gaps. Anyway, so now they're also able to use those blocks underwater. It's a bit surprising, since Mojang said in the past adding slabs and stairs was a mistake, because they want to keep that blockish look of Minecraft and don't want to go sub the 1x1x1 cube if possible, and that's why they also want to add vertical slabs with that arguing. So I'm a bit surprised that it would make it possible for builders to build underwater with the blocks that were a mistake to add. Anyway, so we'll see. We'll definitely break a lot of existing technical contraptions. Think about the water streams and also farms that use some flushing mechanics that will be broken. In most of the cases, we probably will be able to make a workaround, but I'm a bit afraid that in some cases we will lose a lot of possibilities. For example, item aligning with water streams is probably no longer possible. And for example, my quarry used open fence gates for the water collection system. I'm afraid this making a water collection system for the quarry won't work anymore. Besides the quarry being broken anyway, by a lot of other changes already. We'll see. Definitely, Mojang definitely needs to add some kind of a block that has the functionality of the fence gate now. So a block that holds back water but doesn't hold back entity and is also movable. So it would be awesome if they could add something like this, and then I guess I would also already be content with that. I've also heard some people saying it will be super exciting to rediscover how to do things in Minecraft, and will be like starting to play Minecraft again with the new water physics, and you have to figure it all out again. And yeah, I don't think so. But probably like this, we're gonna open the snapshots, check it out for 30 minutes, goof around, then see all the changes we need to make, which will be probably trivial. I mean, item streams and so on is not exactly that complicated, it's mostly tedious, and then we're stuck fixing things hours upon hours, and I'm definitely not looking forward to that. But we're also not sure if we even update this world to 1.13 or 14, because at the moment there's really nothing of higher interest for us that would make it an option to update even, or make it interesting. Alright, so that's my thoughts about the water changes. Thanks so much for watching, have a nice day, bye bye.